gardening coming along well.
Thanks, man. You know, it's a long time I've been working at it.
I can see that. I saw your mail by the gate, so I picked it up for you. But tell me something, why are you still receiving dividend checks by mail?
What do you mean about that?
You need to give JCST a mandate.
You know, me hear about the mandate them. I'm going over there right now.
A mandate means giving instructions to the Jamaica Central Securities Depository Limited, JCST, relating to the handling of your dividend or interest payment. There are 3 types of mandates. The first is a bank mandate. The second is a hold mandate. Lastly, we have what we call a third-party mandate, with which the investor may wish to send their dividend or interest to someone other than the parties on their account or institution of their choice.
Welcome to Let's Talk Stocks. I'm Giselle Mills, and here's a look at what we have coming up on today's program. We begin with a look at the market ahead of the opening bell. Can your network help you build your financial future? JN Bank has introduced its Tell a Friend mortgage referral program, which rewards eligible individuals who refer friends and family members who successfully secure a mortgage with the bank, and which also encourages Jamaicans to strengthen their savings habits amid rising living costs. Mr. Caron Lewis, Sales and Relationship Manager at JN Bank, joins us this morning to give us more on this new initiative. And later in the program, we revisit a conversation we had with Dr. Norman Grant, first Vice President of the Small Business Association of Jamaica. The market opens in just moments, and we're here to bring you the insights, conversations, and context you need before the trading day begins. I'm Giselle Mills, and this is Let's Talk Stocks. Your opening market view is coming up after the break. Stay with us.
Project marks the celebration of our 30th Hall of Fame and aims to highlight the achievements, challenges, and invaluable lessons of those who have shaped and are shaping the future of our economy. Our aim is to celebrate the voices and stories of 30 remarkable leaders in Jamaica's private sector. Join us as we explore these narratives of resilience, leadership, and vision.
We get the big contract, 50,000 units a month for 3 years. Great, but we need help.
If you are a business owner that requires capital for the expansion of your business, talk to a registered broker today to find out more about listing your company on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, an efficient alternative to other financing options.
Thank God for the Jamaica Stock Exchange junior market.
The Jamaica Stock Exchange, providing a fair, efficient, and transparent stock market.
Good morning and welcome back to Let's Talk Stocks. I'm Giselle Mills. As the market prepares to open, we begin with your market snapshot. We are tracking Jamaica, major international markets, and the forces shaping Caribbean investor sentiment. Starting locally, The Jamaica Stock Exchange main market closed Monday's session flat. The JSE index advanced by 9.75 points or 0.00% to close at 373,264.92 points. The JSE All Jamaican Composite Index declined by 344.01 points or 0.08% to close at 444,799.26 points. The JSE Combined Index eased by 193.24 points or 0.05% to 377,777.80 points. Combined Jamaican dollar market volume reached 32.8 million units, valued at Jamaican $201.9 million. The JSE Junior Market Index declined by 28.23 points, or 0.96%, to close at 2,909.61 points. That signals weaker confidence among smaller listed companies than the headline main market readings suggest. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 120 stocks, with 44 advancing, 58 declining, and 18 trading firm. Decliners therefore outnumbered advancers despite the main market's flat close. Volume leaders were led by Trans-Jamaican Highway with 7.4 million units, followed by Woodcats International with 6.8 million units. Sagicor Select Funds Financial followed with 2.1 million units. The standout story was the sharp weakness among several junior market names. One-on-one educational services declined by 22.73%. Everything Fresh shed 22.01%. Margaritaville Turks retreated by 16.84%. Innovative Energy Group declined by 15.74%. Woodcats International gave back 15%. Leading the advancers, Berger Paints added 8.37%, Mayberry Group climbed 7.47%, Kingston Properties advanced by 7.15%, Regency Petroleum added 6.41%, Honeybun firmed by 6.28%. In the U.S. dollar market, the U.S. equities index declined by 3.01 points, or 0.93% to 319.63 points. Volume reached 880,044 units, valued at U.S. $69,247.46. In the region, the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange ended Monday's session slightly lower, with the all TNT and composite indices posting small losses. Trading was led by CIBC Caribbean Bank, which accounted for the majority of shares traded, highlighting continued investor interest in one of the region's major banking groups. Turning overseas, Wall Street closed lower across the board on Monday as rising oil prices and inflation's worry weighed on investor sentiment. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 0.51%, or 272.63 points, to finish at 53,459.78. The S&P 500 dropped 0.52% to close at 7,745.06, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite shed 0.32%, ending the session at 26,644.91 points. Europe closed lower across the major markets, extending losses for a fourth straight session as surging oil prices weighed on sentiment. The London FTSE 100 dropped 0.28% to finish at 10,720.30 points. Germany's DAX shed 0.38% to end the day at 26,338.61 points. France's CAC 40 saw the steepest decline among the majors, sliding 0.66% to 8,579.660 points, while the pan-European stocks Europe 600 index slipped 0.22% to close at 656.41 points. Tracking Wall Street's losses, the Nikkei stock average fell 0.7% to 68,732.71. Oil prices surged following recent geopolitical developments, with U.S. to West Texas Intermediate WTI crude futures rising 2.6% to $84.50 per barrel, while international benchmark Brent crude futures increased 2.7% to $90.87 per barrel. The gains reflected growing concerns among potential supply disruptions and heightened tensions affecting Gulf shipping routes. As a result, energy markets experienced a significant rally, with investors closely monitoring developments that could further impact global oil supplies. And that's a wrap for your market snapshot. Just a reminder, be sure to always consult a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions. After the break, we'll be joined by Mr. Karen Lewis, Sales and Relationship Manager at JN Bank. He'll be taking us through the JN's new initiative, Tell a Friend Mortgage Referral Program, which rewards eligible individuals who refer friends and family members who successfully secure a mortgage with the bank, and which also encourages Jamaicans to strengthen their savings habits amid rising living costs. You're watching Let's Talk Stocks on CBX, your region, your business, your source. Stay with us. We return after this break.
Caribbean flavors and fragrances. It started out as a small family-owned business, and now we're a part of a large group of companies. Being listed on the stock exchange allows us a certain prestige. It also speaks to accountability and transparency. We had some fears about getting our information in the public domain, but once we contacted the Jamaica Stock Exchange, who have the knowledge and the experience to guide us, we were comfortable with getting into the process. If you have any doubts about being listed, just give the Jamaica Stock Exchange a call. They'll be very happy to take you through the process and also provide you with information that you may need. Make that call now.
In today's world, attention is valuable, visibility matters, and powerful storytelling can shape influence, build brands, and drive connections. This is CBX, a dynamic media and production division of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. CBX helps businesses, institutions, and leaders connect with audiences in powerful ways. From real-time market updates to live streaming, digital campaigns, executive features, social media management, and large-scale social projects, CBX delivers content with purpose, precision, and impact. We create moments that inform, experiences that engage, and content that moves audiences across platforms and across the region, whether on screen, online, in studio, or on location. CBX helps businesses amplify their voice and elevate their presence. Powered by creativity, strategy, technology, and execution, CBX brings together media production, digital storytelling, and communications expertise under one integrated network. CBX, creating content, driving conversations, elevating businesses. CBX, your vision, your business, your source.
Caribbean Flavors and Fragrances Limited has been a part of Jamaica's manufacturing landscape for over 20 years. By crafting unique flavors and fragrances, we have become a part of your favorite household and food items such as beverages, ice cream, household cleaners, and much more. Known throughout the Caribbean for the highest quality, we continue to innovate with strong leadership, a dedicated team with integrity. We go the extra mile for our customers. Create the next taste sensation. Contact us at 876-9235-111 or visit our website, Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn pages.
This project marks the celebration of our 30th Hall of Fame and aims to highlight the achievements, challenges, and invaluable lessons of those who have shaped and are shaping the future of our economy. Our aim is to celebrate the voices and stories of 30 remarkable leaders in Jamaica's private sector. Join us as we explore these narratives of resilience, leadership, and vision.
We get the big contract. 50,000 units a month for 3 years. Great. Won't need help.
If you are a business owner that requires capital for the expansion of your business, talk to a registered broker today to find out more about listing your company on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, an efficient alternative to other financing options.
Thank God for the Jamaica Stock Exchange junior market.
The Jamaica Stock Exchange, providing a fair, efficient, and transparent stock market.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Stocks. I'm Giselle Mills. When we talk about building financial resilience, we often think about saving more, investing wisely, and finding ways to make our money work harder for us. But what if an opportunity to strengthen your finances could come from simply connecting with someone you know the right financial solution? JN Bank has introduced its Stellar Friend Mortgage Referral Program, which rewards eligible individuals who refer friends or family members who successfully secure a mortgage with the bank. Today, we're taking a closer look at how the program works, who can benefit, and how an additional source of income could potentially help individuals move closer to their broader financial goals. Joining us to discuss this initiative is JN Bank's Sales and Relationship Manager, Karen Lewis. Karen, welcome to Let's Talk Stocks.
Thank you so much, Giselle. It's good to be here.
Lovely to have you. All right, so JN has launched its new Telefriend Mortgage Referral Program. Interesting. Tell us about the initiative and what motivated the bank to introduce this right now.
All right, so the Telefriend Mortgage Referral Program that we have going now is a pretty simple initiative that we have. So once it is that you have made a successful referral to JN, a successful referral is where the person secures a mortgage by having the mortgage approved and disbursed. The referrer can then earn 0.25% of the loan amount or up to $100,000. So the motivation behind this is, as an institution, we recognize and appreciate that which is happening in the market in terms of the mortgage market, and beyond that, what is happening in the economy. You know, persons are feeling the pinch, and persons also, we encourage savings, but it's sometimes can be challenging. And if we can give you a leg up, if we can give you a start by virtue of this program, then I think we would have been doing our fundamental responsibility to our citizenry. So that's part of the reason behind it. And we are encouraging as many persons as is possible to come and participate in the program.
Lovely. And we know that Jamaicans love a good side hustle.
Trust.
Because you mentioned the $100,000.
Yes.
But is there any fine print? Because we know that sometimes it's condition apply, and then when you look, you're not recommended for it. So how does that work?
There are no fine prints, to be honest. So how it works is once you have made the referral and the mortgage goes through, 30 days post disbursement, you can look for whatever your reward is. But as I said, the cap is 100,000. And I would say to Jamaicans, if you want to look at it as a side hustle, by all means, because it can be a good side hustle. So line up your people them and have them come and apply for the mortgage one after the other, because you are not restricted to one referral. You can have as many referrals as you possibly can, and once they come in and they are successful, then the payout is going to be yours.
All right, so stepping away from side hustle, the bank has also positioned this program as a way to encourage better saving habits. How can Jamaicans use this extra income strategically to improve their financial future?
Well, the thing about it is, how we look at it is, a part of the motivation is we want persons to come out of this to say, all right, I have recommended my sister, my auntie, my whomever to access mortgage financing, and they are now in their own homes. I can do it for myself. So that's the thinking we want for individuals behind the scenes. But away from that, using it strategically, I would say to persons here, use it to start your own home acquisition fund. Use it to start your rainy day fund. Use it to invest in a stock portfolio. But at the end of the day, this is additional funds that you have coming to access. Use it and use it wisely and use it for your benefit, because that 100,000, it can take you, and it can be the game changer for you in terms of you invest in a stock portfolio, or it could have been the extra that you needed for the closing cost or the deposit. So you are at liberty to do whatever you want to once it is something that is done sensibly and strategically for your financial benefit.
So the encouragement is not to floss with the 100,000?
No, probably want $5,000 out of it, but yeah.
Put it to good use.
Please.
All right, so many people dream of owning a home, but feel discouraged by the deposit requirements, closing costs, and just the overall affordability challenges, because this is not new to us. What advice would you give to someone who wants to become a homeowner, but believes they're not financially ready as yet?
All right. What I say to people is this. If you think at a point you're not financially ready, chances are you're not, and that's okay. And the first thing I would say to these persons, be not rushed by your colleagues or your friends or whatever the case is. You know what your financial situation is, and everybody's journey is unique.
Yes.
However, you would have created for yourself an egregious problem if you know you're not financially ready, you want to purchase a home, and you don't do anything to get yourself financially ready. So in getting there, I would encourage persons to, one, if you haven't already, start saving. It is important. And the mortgage process is one that is very expensive, and it is something that requires planning, and it takes money. That's the long and short of it. Two, for persons who are not, or you feel like you're not financially ready, I'd encourage you to also start budgeting. Budgeting in the context of being specific and exact with the expenses on a monthly basis. So if you know that the electricity is $10,399, don't set aside $11,000, because there's going to be a surplus there, and eventually you spend it without even realizing how it was spent.
That's true.
So you have to be tracking the expenses. And another important thing that I want persons to remember is that when it comes on to getting yourself financially ready, do not go out and take any additional credit. Don't increase your credit card limit, and do not take on any new debts. When you take on the new debts, it eats into what is called your residual income, and you are stuck with this facility for maybe a maximum of 5 years. So you want to limit all of that and just take stock of your own life. Whatever you're doing now, where you are now, how can I change it to get to a point where I want to be, which is to say that I have acquired a property for myself.
Because some people borrow in the name of building credit,
yes,
but there's a right way and a wrong way.
There's a right and a wrong way, and you can't live your life borrow from Peter to pay Paul. You will forever be doing that, and you won't be getting out of it. And remember, the mortgage is something that's going to have you locked in for up to 40 years in some instances. So a portion of your salary is going to be earmarked for 40 years to be repaying this facility. And you don't want it to be a case where, because of the mortgage, and the additional stuff, you can't buy food to put in the house, you can't pay the utilities, that kind of stuff. So just manage your expenses, take stock of what you have happening, and make the best financial decisions.
Nice. Before someone makes a referral, what are the key requirements they should understand? Are there any specific eligibility criteria that the prospective mortgage applicant must satisfy?
All right, so this question is twofold. So the person making the referral, the program is so simple that there are no criteria really. So once it is that, the only thing, because we live in the age of consent, you will have the conversation with the referee. But outside of that, you simply just want to go on the website, go to the JN Tell a Friend referral page and make the referral right there. But for the prospective applicant, you want to be of age, 18 years or older. You want to be gainfully employed, and you also want to ensure that your debts are at a managed or measured state where going into this expensive undertaking, you have room sufficient to take it on. But as you refer to the program, there are no real criteria or restrictions. Eventually, if you don't have a JN account, we'll encourage you to open one because that's going to facilitate the payout. But separate and apart from that, after you've made the referral, the bank does the rest.
Oh, nice. So it's simple.
It's very simple, very simple.
Because you have some people who are watching this, that say, oh, they always talk like that on TV, but when you come in, then there's a problem.
I promise you, it is a very simple procedure. Don't worry yourself about it. Just go on the website, enter the information, and once you click send, we on the back end will take care of everything else because that's where we will be providing updates and doing our assessments and so on. But you're good.
All right, so thank you so much. But before I let you go, Karen, let's settle a debate. We touched a little bit on it earlier, but I still want to dabble a little bit more in it.
All right.
When extra money comes in unexpectedly, is it okay to enjoy a little of it, or should the goal always be to save and invest for the future?
Let me tell you, for me, both can be true. So we are people who work hard. And it is important for us to enjoy that which we have worked for because we deserve it. But at the same time, we have to be smart. And so I would say to persons, yes, you can enjoy some of it if you want to, but the caveat to it is that I would encourage persons to save the bulk of it and don't be one of those persons who every minute you feel for something sweet. So it could be one thing that is sweet. You understand me? Or you want something nice for yourself. It could be one nice thing. But the fact is that I think if you want to enjoy a bit of it, you can because you have earned it. But at the same time, I do believe that the more important thing is when you set it aside and you put it into a savings account or you invest it, you invest back in yourself. You probably go to school or you develop the property that you're living in. But use it wisely because at the end of the day, you want to be able to also look and say, okay, I had gotten these funds unexpectedly and I have utilized them for X and I can see, and I'm reaping the rewards now. I'm seeing the return on investment and I am proud of what I did.
Nice. So don't let your belly rule you.
Don't let your belly rule you. And some people have Gucci belly and they're not cute. So no.
All right. Thank you so much, Karen.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate you on Let's Talk Stocks. Thank you for helping us understand more about the Tell a Friend mortgage referral program and how it works. I think the bigger takeaway from this conversation is that building financial resilience isn't always about making one major financial move. Sometimes it's about recognizing opportunities, being intentional with additional income, and directing those resources towards goals that can strengthen your financial future. For our viewers, whether home ownership is your goal right now or something you're working towards in the future, the important thing is to start having those conversations, understand your options, and make informed financial decisions. And most of all, don't let your belly rule you. That was Karen Lewis, a sales and relationship manager at JN Bank. We return right after this break. Thank you so much, Karen.
Coming along well. well.
Thanks, man. You know, it's a long time I've been working at it.
I can see that. I saw your mail by the gate, so I picked it up for you. But tell me something, why are you still receiving dividend checks by mail?
What do you mean about that?
You need to give JCST a mandate.
You know, me hear about the mandate them. I'm going over there right now.
A mandate means giving instructions to the Jamaica Central Securities Depository Limited, JCST, relating to the handling of your dividend or interest payment. There are 3 types of mandates. The first is a bank mandate. The second is a hold mandate. Lastly, we have what we call a third-party mandate, with which the investor may wish to send their dividend or interest to someone other than the parties on their account or institution of their choice.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Stocks. This final interview segment takes us back to the Small Business of Jamaica's Growth and Resilience Conference, where we had an opportunity to sit with Dr. Norman Grant, First Vice President of the Small Business Association of Jamaica. Let's take a look at this insightful conversation.
Mr. Norman Grant, he is the first Vice President of the SBAJ and the CEO of Mavis Bank. How are you doing today, Mr. Grant?
I'm doing great and good to be with you. And I'd just like to really welcome all your viewers as the Small Business Association of Jamaica celebrate this one-day conference to the small business sector, focusing on growth and resilience. At the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel here. It's been going great, and our objective is to reach out to the over 400,000 small businesses that are in Jamaica. They are the engine of growth to the Jamaican economy. They can contribute a lot more, and what we are trying to do is to bring together all the stakeholders, including government, private sector, financial institution, to create a framework that will allow the small business to grow, strive, and develop.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Grant. Speaking of resilience and growth, what does that mean to you?
Well, you know, Melissa has had a significant impact on the small businesses, in particular to those in the West, and in fact, right across Jamaica. We have underestimated the impact of Melissa on the small businesses. You're talking about families of 3 to 4, offering employment to between 5 and 10, and really adding tremendous capacity to the development of their family, the community, and the country. So for me, the development of the small business is fundamental. We're talking about building capacity, knowing how to keep your records, knowing how to develop business plans, knowing how to access government resources under PPP. Now 20%, the government have reserved 20% of their PPP funding to the small businesses. And we are now trying to help those small businesses to apply to the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service so that they can have their share. So this conference and the Small Business Association of Jamaica, to me, is about creating opportunities, converting those opportunities, get them into realized goals and objectives, and creating a growth path for those small businesses that are in Jamaica. One of the area and focus of me as first vice president is to bring our farmers into the framework of the businesses. I've been the president of Jamaica Agriculture Society for many years. I was the mindset behind the Grow What We Eat What We Grow campaign, where in 2003 I launched a campaign to drive production of agricultural produce for the Jamaican farmers, which was over 250,000, to reduce import, yes, and to grow our export earnings. That campaign is very relevant today, even more than when we launch it. So what I'll be trying to do is to tap into our farmers to see how they can organize themselves into formal businesses, registered, and really get themselves qualified for some of the tremendous incentives that are there for small businesses.
All right, thank you. Speaking of farming, I'm going to segue into agriculture. Agriculture has been one of Jamaica's economic pillars. What role do you see the sector playing in driving the country's future economic growth?
Fundamental role. Currently, it contributes just over 6% to GDP. I think it has the ability to double that, 12% to GDP. I believe it can contribute 10 to 12% to GDP. It creates huge employment. You're talking about rural development, import substitution, grow what we eat and eat what we grow. So 49% of our population resides in rural communities. So I fundamentally believe that the agriculture sector is not the Cinderella of the Jamaican economy. It's the lifeblood of Jamaica's economic development. And we need to deal with building capacity as it relates to climate resilience and climate change. We need to deal with our rural road network that is really in a terrible condition. We need to help the farmers to grow more of what we eat and eat more of what we grow. You're talking an import bill of about $1.5 billion. Can you imagine growing those food in the rural communities by the farmers, the type of economic activity that would generate and drive for our rural people, for our economy? So I think that a big focus must be building capacity, getting our young people involved in agriculture, our women, agri-processing is huge. A lot of the puree that we're importing to make our food, whether it is drinks, we should be growing them in Jamaica. We should be developing a fruit forest, so we need to really maximize the opportunities that we have by providing support to the Jamaican farmers. Pre-larceny, it costs over $6 billion. We need to try and deal with those issues. Access to funding and access to financing, all of those binding constraints. If we are able to address them, agriculture can change the economic landscape of our Jamaican economy and our people and our farmers and the rural population.
All right, so finally, by sticking with the theme, resilience and growth, or growth and resilience, what does resilience mean for the Jamaica agriculture sector, particularly in the face of, well, you did say climate change and rising production costs?
We have to deal with climate change. We have to deal with protected agriculture. You have to invest in more greenhouse technology. You have to deal with the rural roads network. They are very poor. We need to invest some funding to transform the rural road network. You have to deal with getting younger people to come and get involved in the agriculture sector. Access to funding, access to financing, those are very fundamental. We have to get an agenda where we can grow more of what we consume. Our import bill is too high. We should be looking at import substitution. We should be looking at our food independence. We're too dependent on outside producers, foreign countries, to grow the food to feed ourselves. while if we grow it locally, we are in a position to feed our families, to feed our community, to feed our country, and to save foreign exchange earnings that we have to earn and spend to bring food in. And by also doing that, we can grow to export. So there is a game-changing position. I think without any hesitation that the agricultural sector is the most fundamental sector that needs to be addressed if we need to look on growth and resilience as a country, as an economy, as a small business, and as the rural population in general.
So much, Mr. Grant. It was a pleasure having you.
This brings us to the end of the show. Thanks for watching Let's Talk Stocks. I'm Giselle Mills, and I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. here on CBX.